sun is on my face. We're about to do some gardening today, planted some things today. This is my lemon tree, and I think, well, I don't think it's dead, so it looks like it's still kind of alive. But I'm gonna prune it all the way back, and hopefully it comes back. It went through a lot this winter. Normally I keep my lemon and lime tree out in the winter time, and it's normally still alive. But I didn't take into consideration that I used to have more trees in my backyard, and they used to help to shade some of the frost. So that's what happens, and you know, yeah. So I'm gonna prune a lot of this back. I think I need a different, see, it's still alive, it's still green right here. So as it warms up, it should grow back its leaves and serve me again, because I'm sorry, lime tree, forgive me. I didn't know, I put you through a lot. This one right here seems like it's pretty dead. Okay, I think I need a different snip. This branch is definitely dead. Yeah, totally dead. Not everything is dead. This one dead. But I do see, oh, what is this? Is this? No, nah, I got hype. It's a piece of maple. I was like, what is that on there? I need a bigger snip, which I cannot find at the moment.
Buy one.
I can buy one? Oh yeah, money grows on trees, right? So I got a different snip. Yep. I can't believe I killed my tree. I've had it for so long. It's not official that it's dead yet.
Why are you making it smaller, Mom?
Because it's dead, baby. Some of these are dead. I'm cutting off the dead parts.
Oh, those are the places dead.
I know. So I still see some green here, even here. Go down here, still green. I don't know if it's dying and it's just not dead yet, but I'm gonna cut this part off because I don't want my tree to have a disease. This is my lemon tree, and see, we have like dead pieces here. I'm going to prune this off as well. Right here. This is not completely dead. As you can see, it still has leaves on there. So this one, I'm definitely sure that it's not dead. Unfortunately, I have to prune this back a lot. So like, prune this back to here, prune this all the way off. Listen, there's no method to my madness here. I'm just taking off the dead parts. My husband normally does most of the pruning for me. I hope that I don't regret this. So I'm just trying to cut off all the dead parts. Hopefully that they will just regrow, grow back, especially, listen, I don't care for the lime as much, but the lemon, I need this to be popping. All right, I'm gonna remove all of this before someone steps on them. And that person will most likely be me, because I'm always bare feet. So this is what it looks like so far. Ow, I just poked myself. Hopefully it'll get better. So those bok choys that I planted the other day, I don't like the way they look. I'm gonna show you guys. They look real weird, okay? And I'm gonna just put them in the ground. I think it's because this is store-bought soil, and I normally make my own, and I'm gonna just go back to making my own stuff because it just makes them look stunted and weird. They should have been bigger. So I'm just gonna put these in the ground, and hopefully they live. My bok choy is going into these beds. These are newer beds that I just made, so they're gonna go over here. This bed is 3 feet wide, and I'm gonna plant some bok choy, well, Swiss chard, bok choy, and something else in the front. I'm not sure yet. So I have some calendula seeds as well, so I think I might want to plant some of those. I just saw the bees are out already. So cool. Ah. So nice. So I'm gonna plant my Swiss cheese. Got cheese on my mind. I'm going to plant my Swiss chard over here first and So I'm gonna plant these about 12 inches apart. Oh yeah, some of you guys call it spinach, right? So some people call it spinach, some people call it Swiss chard. I live in the United States and we call it Swiss chard. Well, there's 2 of them here. I hope I can separate them. I only separate my plants, yeah, because they get bigger and better when I have one at a time. Gonna water around it. I'm gonna use this as space. Hopefully I'm right. Even then, if it's not, it's still fine. And then I'm gonna plant the other one inside of here, like this. Gonna use this as my point of measurement. And then I am going to dig my hole. This one only has 1 plant inside, so me probably needs to dig my hole a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna put this baby inside. I should have put my water in first, but I did not. Go to water, water, water. And then I'm going to cover this. And I'm gonna come back around and water again, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing all the way down. I am going to put this inside here. I don't wear gloves when I'm gardening. I know some people are like, you should wear gloves, you're a lady, blah, blah, blah. But I don't. I don't mind getting dirt on my hands. These plants could have died with a little bit of watering before, but that's okay. We'll just water it now. The weather is supposed to be really sunny for the next few days, and we're supposed to also get rain, but it's not going to be cold. By the time if it gets colder, just a little bit, these plants should already be established that they should be fine, I believe, in my mind. I did this last year as an experiment. I actually started everything a little bit earlier, and I normally like to do everything based on the weather outside, not necessarily what the weather services says. Like they say, oh, spring starts here, you could plant everything this time. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer, or sometimes you could go ahead and plant right away. I'm gonna go ahead and plant right away. I might regret this, but I hope I won't. And either way, Swiss chard, it can do a little bit of cold. So I'm going to put my water in here first. And then I'm going to put my plant in there. And I'm going to hold the leaves like this because I don't want the leaves to be under the soil. And that's it. And now I realize that I did the entire row of Swiss chard. I don't like to put, I'm gonna put this somewhere else now. So now I am going to plant my bok choy after the Swiss chard, and then I'll put something else in front of those plants. Plant these bok choys that, if you guys remember that video, Let's Get This Garden Started, I had started these bok choy with you guys. I am upset with myself because I usually use my own soil that I make, but I saw this soil and I was like, oh, let me get it. I knew I shouldn't trust these box store, their stuff, you know. Last year when I planted bok choy, it was so delicious. So delicious. Yeah. 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 Just gave you a healthy dose of water. You need to grow. I have, I believe, my last bok choy that would be planted here. I have these onions. They're actually a long day onion. I need short day onions because I live in the south of the United States, and so I'm just gonna grow these as green onions. I grew some before, and so I'm just gonna grow some more. They're not gonna really bulb up much, and that's fine. It was a mistake. I actually ordered these by accident, and I probably could have called and had it replaced or something, but I just kept them, and I just grow it as greens. So I'm gonna plant these over here in front of my bok choy and my Swiss chard that I just planted. So come with me, let's go. So I have my little hoe here, my hoe tool thing. I don't know, what is it called? Is it a hoe? I'm gonna leave a little space on the outskirts because I want to plant some flowers there, but in between I'm going to grow these onions. So I am going to use this tool to help me out here, and I'm gonna mew, 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 mew. In my mind, guys, I always have like a soundtrack to like whatever I'm doing. Since I was a child, that was me. I always thought of like life is a musical. So there's always songs in my head and just things going on. So naturally you're supposed to plant these 4 inches apart, but I'm gonna grow them a little bit closer because I'm not really looking forward to getting bulbs, because I know I'm not. So I'm just gonna kind of just cast them. So I'm just gonna go like this. Where's my hoe? There it is. And I'm just gonna use my hoe and just bloop bloop. You're supposed to cover these about, I think, a 1/4 inch deep. So you don't have to do what I do. You could do what the packet says. Get a good water in there. I have some calendula here. They're still pretty tiny. They only got like, well, they're about to get their 4th natural leaves, but I'm still gonna put them in the ground because I bought these burpee trays last year. I don't like them. This is the only one that survived all of them. The bottom, let me show you. So the bottom, okay, so the bottom, okay, see. So the bottom has like these silicone things attached to like plastic, and all of mine, after a while, the silicone falls off. So I don't like that. I feel like it's a design flaw. I saw what they were trying to do, but it just did not work out for me. And I had 2, and well, I had 3. This is the biggest one. This one so far is okay, but the other 2 that I had all got destroyed. And so that's why I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to go ahead and grow it, you can. And I grew this with my own soil, so they look a little bit better. It's just, this is the first leaves that's turning yellow. They're dying off, and that's fine. But so these are fine, and that's because this is my own soil. I started some echinacea, and I had those seeds for a long time, so they did not grow. But I do have more of those seeds. I don't even know how old they are. I feel like they're very old. So I probably need to get rid of them. And I'm gonna grow these. The ones I had in my garden, they actually died. I've had them for 2 years and they did not die the first winter, but this time they did. I actually do want to make some soaps this year with some calendula and make some body butters and a lot of different things I want to try. So I have a few here and I actually have a lot more inside. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to plant it right here. Going to dig down a little bit. My water first. I'm gonna take one of these out. The roots are like tangled. Oh, it's like my hair. Okay, how am I gonna get this out without it tearing? I don't want it to tear. Don't rip, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got it out. I put another one right here. It's gonna be rather close. So we have 2 here next to each other. I think that looks great. We're going to do 2 more over here. I know I said 1. I know. But I changed my mind, and I'm allowed to change my mind. Okay, so we're gonna do the next one. Ooh, come out for me. Be good to me. Up. Need some water. So let's see, where's this one at? Oh, there's 2 in here. I'm gonna plant them together. That's fine. If I get the roots out properly. Ooh. You know what? Next time I'll just start these outside. I'm not gonna even bother. Or at least not in this manner. I'll save this tray for doing my herbs. We have everything planted here. We have our calendula, our onions, our bok choy, and our Swiss chard. And we're done with this bed. So I wanted to tell you guys, remember my greenhouse? It was destroyed like right here. So I fixed it. And the way that I fixed it was I just sewed it together. I forgot that I could sew. So one day I came outside and it was really windy that day, and the whole thing, even though I taped it together, it was like ripping all the way up. So I remembered who I was and I said, I have a sewing machine, why not just sew it together? But before I did that, I started hand stitching it, and while I was hand stitching it, it was just not working because it was too windy and the wind was blowing it and the plastic was starting to rip. And so I thought to myself, what can I do? So I took the entire thing off. My children and family looked at me and said I was crazy, and I dragged it in the house. And I didn't drag the entire thing in, but I dragged it far enough that I could get it to the sewing machine. I brought the sewing machine closer, and then I just sewed it down, and then I brought it back outside, and it looks good. I'll show you. So this is what it looks like. See, it looks perfectly good, right? I know. So that is how I fixed the greenhouse. I just sewed it together and it worked out. I know this greenhouse has a lot of problems according to a lot of comments that I've read, but it should be able to hold over for now. So I just want to let you guys know that I sewed it up and it's fine. So yay for me. See, two things that I like came together. I love to sew and I love gardening, and they both came together like perfect. Hi baby. So this year I thought that I was going to give this part of my garden it's 7-year rest. I thought it was 7 years that I was gardening here, but it was not. This is year 6. So I get 1 more year of growing here, so I'm so excited. My husband reminded me, he was like, it hasn't been 7 years, it's 6 years. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, good, I'm excited. So this year it's gonna be excitement, right Zola? Yeah. So the problem with me thinking that I wasn't going to garden over here this year is that now I have some weeds growing in here that I need to weed out. So this should be fun. It's not that bad because I have a lot of garlics growing here that I planted as well. And so now I have to kind of like try to garden around them. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it for a little while and just not do anything. This bed I made last year with my children. And it's just made out of logs and sticks and stuff that was lying around the backyard. And it actually grew some stuff. I got some cucumbers out of this bed and some lettuces, I believe. I don't remember exactly what I planted here, but it wasn't much stuff. Oh look, there's a nut growing here. What is this? What kind of nut is that? It looks like an almond. Do you know what this is? I found it in the bed. It looks like a baby peach tree, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, it's a walnut.
It's a walnut?
Not walnut.
What?
A
pecan? It don't look like a pecan. An almond nut?
Yeah.
It looked like an almond, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we should put it in a cup. Can you put it in a cup with some soil? And let's see what happens. So we've had stuff like papaya grow in our yard from me eating papaya, and we saved it before, but it doesn't live because it gets cold. So I have some of the Seco broccoli here. I don't like the way these look either. Same thing with the bok choy. They look crazy. So look, that's what it looks like. So I'm just gonna put them in the ground and kind of hope for the best. I'm gonna start some new broccoli in a different cup with different soil that I made, and it should be better because this is just not giving. So I'm just gonna plant them over here and hope for the best. For broccoli, we love broccoli in this house, so the more broccoli the better. By the way guys, I think that was a peach tree because this is a peach tree right here, and my peach tree was basically dropping peaches in their seeds all over this bed. So I think it was a peach. We shall see. That'd be cool. Free peach tree. Gotta wait a few years, but hey, can't beat free. This is a peach tree that my dad bought for me from Tennessee. I don't know what kind of variety it is. I'm gonna plant these a bit further apart probably like here. That soil just looks dry. It looks like it needs something. I'm just gonna leave both of them together and plant it in the ground like this. Ugh. Okay, so we have 2 broccolis down. I could plant something in between going down. No, I don't have the prettiest garden or the prettiest beds or well manufactured, manicured, whatever. But the important thing for me is that I'm growing food, okay? I may not have all of the abilities right now to get everything to be as beautiful as I would like, but for me right now, my goal is being able to grow my own food and to have healthy food for my children and to show my children that they can grow their food and that they can eat what they grow and we can all be fine rather than relying on a full system for 100% of everything. If we can do something 5%, 10%, 30%, right? That's better than nothing, and that's how I see it. Before I used to like want to stop myself from doing stuff because I used to be like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Forget all that, man. Like, you have to do what works for you and your family and what's for your budget, okay? Don't put yourself in debt trying to like be like everyone else. You do the best that you can for your family and what your budget is. I'm saying this to you because this is some of the things that I've thought about before. I was very shy about showing my garden or just things I do on YouTube. But we all don't got it together all the time. And I don't have it together all the time. And sometimes I mess up and sometimes I do really well. And either way, I am proud of myself. Let's plant some more broccoli and hope for the best. I am finished planting my broccoli over here. Broccoli's done, but I have a space in between and I think I am gonna grow some chamomile in the middle. I'm just trying something out. We'll see how this goes. I am going to just move some of this wood chips and, oops, don't cover you, out of the way. Because chamomile seeds are very tiny. And then I'm going to fluff this a bit, fluffy. Make it fluff, like this, move it around. Chamomile somewhere in the big box store. Their seeds are so tiny. You can see it in there. Oops, they moved, but they're so tiny. The way how I plant chamomile, do you guys have a trick on how you plant them? I just go like this and just hope for the best. I see some over here and they need light to germinate. Just gonna wet them down. It doesn't seem like it's washing away, so that's great. So we have our chamomile here, and these normally are ready within 80 days. So 80 days plus how many days to germinate? About 7 to 14 days. So about what, 94 days? About 94 days, these will be ready to flower. And I collect these because I drink herbal tea every day. I am finished for today. I will come back tomorrow and do more. I planted, what is it I planted today? Some broccoli, some bok choy, some Swiss chard. I planted some onions and some calendula. I pruned back my lemon and my lime tree. I will come and do more every day, little bit by little bit. I will try to do something, and I hope to bring you guys along on my gardening journey. But I will see you guys. Bye.